Alright lads, here we are for episode number 3 of season 4 of career mode. Here we are for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and today we have a day-night twilight race on our hands. So this round of the championship is going to be completely different to what you've seen in the previous episodes. I've found out that there's actually been somewhat of a tire mod in the base of the way that the AI works in the first 2 episodes. So I've rectified that, and now the physics, the tyre wear, fuel, everything like that should be just like it was in Season 3 of Career Mode. So we're going to go back to the days where I just complained the whole race about tyre wear. So this should be fun. We're starting in last place as always because I do think that this Lotus is fairly quick. So I'm just trying to find the right balance at the moment. I don't want to be qualifying every race and then, storming away in the lead every Grand Prix. That's just not fun. But, yeah, here we are. Bahrain, round 3. The strategy is 4 stops! What have I got myself into? Option, prime, option, prime, option. I don't believe that. Maybe I should have stuck it at the old... Maybe I should have stuck with the old physics for one more race, but this is going to be absolutely crazy. 4 stops. It might even be 5 stops. You guys know how bad my tyre wear has been, especially last season. So this is going to be interesting. Starting from last place, I'm also using the default setup once again, just in case this Lotus is still very much OP. Teammate challenge, we're absolutely smashing Grosjean except for qualifying, where we haven't bothered to attempt that yet. So beating our teammate once again in all areas. Hopefully now Grosjean doesn't get lapped every single Grand Prix. But yeah, here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, we've got the day-night transition. It looks absolutely stunning as I saw in practice. So you guys, as I burp there, you guys should be in for an absolute treat. As you can see, default setup, we're going to be a little bit slow on the straights, but in saying that, we're going to have the exact same traits as the AI. So it should be a very even and very close race. Wish me luck. Alright, so here we are on the grid of the Bahrain Grand Prix for round 3 of Season 4 of F1 2013 Career Mode. Waiting for those 5 red lights to go out now, and away we go. The start, as per Blimey usual, it's absolutely terrible. There is no amount of hacking that will get me to have a good start on this game. But anyway, coming up to turn 1, we're just going to take it nice and easy. We've got realistic damage to contend with, as always. One of the Mauritius loses a bit of their front wing, so we'll need to get in front of them as soon as possible. They'll be understeering quite a bit. We split a Ferrari and a Caterham up the inside. Raikkonen struggling down into P20 now. What the hell is going on with his career at Ferrari? Up the inside of Bianchi. Can we get the move done? Verne is sort of blocking the apex there, but he gets up the inside of Gutierrez. And now we're up into P16. Can we get up the inside of the Sauber? Yes, we can. Into 15th place now. And next up is Jean-Eric Verne. We're going to have to go around the outside here. He sort of braked early there. We had to avoid to the outside. And now we've touched our teammate ever so slightly. He's now up into 14th place. So the Lotus is now struggling quite a bit at the early phase of this Grand Prix. Can we get a double overtake? We've certainly passed Grosjean into the triple left-hander. He's had a nice exit, but I'm going to use up most of my curves to defend. But there we go. We've locked away 14th place, and there's already been a retirement from this Grand Prix. Daniel Kvyat breaks early, just like his teammate, having to avoid to the outside. That allows Grosjean to get up the inside, but we get him back with the help of a bit of curves to defend. So, first lap is almost done. We're up into P14. We've got the 2 Toro Rossos right in front of us. We haven't got any front wing damage. As I said before, we've got 1 retirement from this Grand Prix. I'm not too sure who it is. Might even be Kimi Raikkonen. He was struggling a bit, but I don't believe he had any damage, so there's no excuses as to why he'd be retiring. But now, the back straight, we're going to use up most of our curves in the slipstream of Danny Kvyat. And can we get the move done? Maybe coming into turn 1. We're going to get a double slipstream here on both the Toro Rossos. He's going to make a move on his teammate, but that doesn't matter. We've done a double overtake into turn 1. Job done. And now we are into P12. And next up is Sergio Perez in his Force India, which is fairly quick this season. But either way, might be thinking about a move very soon. Up the inside, yes we do, and job done into P11. Next up is Kevin Magnussen in his McLaren in the points. So he's moved up into P9 as Bottas is now struggling at the early part of this Grand Prix. Quite weird to see a Williams struggling, especially on a power track like Bahrain. But either way, we're going to try and get past him as soon as we can. Maybe up the inside or around the outside now into the triple left-hander. So easy to lock up. We go side by side through there and we get the job done around the outside there. Absolutely fantastic overtake. As you can see on the replay, the brake rotors are sort of glowing in the rear tyres. But cutting now to lap 6. We've made a mistake here and we've overshot turn 1. That allows Sergio Perez to get P10 back, so that's a little bit frustrating. But here on lap 6, we've caught up to the back of Perez again, almost running wide through that left-hander there. Looks like someone's going slowly up ahead. I'm not too sure who that is. It's Lewis Hamilton! Hamilton is out of the Grand Prix. He's pulling off to the side to retire from the race. And now we have a safety car, lads. Our race has just been turned on its head. We've got massive tyre wear now. I think we need to come in for a new set of tyres at the end of this lap, braking early now to avoid Perez. And as you can see, we're going to have a message here from Hamilton on the team radio.
I've got fire, guys. Okay, Lewis, okay, park up where you can find a marshal. Roger, there's marshals just there, so pull up there, stop. Marshal with fire extinguisher right behind you. Oh, the car won't stop. Okay, just hit P0, go to P0, okay, marshals behind you. Jump out.
Wow, Lewis Hamilton has a fire, so that might take a little while to clean up. It looks like we're the only one in the field to put on a new set of tyres. Going on to the primes now. The AI must surely be staying out for a little bit longer. We're going to have the freshest tyres in the field, so you know what's going to happen here, lads. As always, safety car, fresh tyres are at the back of the field. We're going to absolutely charge through the field, as we always do, potentially have the lead of the Grand Prix. Once everyone pits, let's just slow things down here, compose ourselves, and get ready for this restart, because we're about to charge through this field. Alright lads, so here we are on lap 17, and remember when I said the tyre wear was going to be very tough this race? Here we are. Ricciardo has caught up to the back of us. We've locked up massively coming into the triple left-hander. Ricciardo now gets the lead of the Grand Prix. But I've just been trying to stretch out these tyres for as long as I can. Ricciardo, as soon as he put on the new tyres, was absolutely flying. Nothing I could really do in comparison to to defend from him. He was only about 6 or 7 seconds back anyway, so I did well to hold the lead for as long as what I did. But now coming in for my second stop here, the prime's not lasting long here at all, so that's a bit worrying here. I'm going to have to run primes quite a bit throughout this race just to stay on a 4-stop strategy. That's just how bad the tyre wear is, but it looks like the AI might be struggling quite a bit as well. Their drop-off has been quite bad as Button goes fastest there. We've locked up, have we, coming into the turn 1, and we've done exactly what Maldonado did in the real-life Grand Prix here, except there was no Esteban Gutierrez to smash into, thankfully. So I'm almost living up to my name in being Pastor Maldonado here in the 2014 season. But now into P10 on lap 18, cutting to the end of 18 now. And we've caught up to the back of Kimi Räikkönen now in that Ferrari that just seems to be so slow in a straight line, even compared to us. That's just a little bit embarrassing for those guys. But now, lap 20, we've caught up to the back of Sebastian Vettel. We've had a couple of runners in this Grand Prix already pit for their next stop. And I believe Vettel will be coming in as well. And there he goes, pulling off into the pits, crossing the white line as well. So I wonder if he's going to get a penalty for that. But as I was saying before, it looks like the tyre wear is just as bad for the AI as what it is for us. So this is going to be pretty interesting as we get ever so much closer to the end of this race. But on the main straight here with DRS up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, we can see that the sun is setting off in the background. And that is just a lovely spectacle here in the Bahrain Grand Prix, setting a purple lap time on the previous lap as well. So that's just absolutely fantastic. Just flying at the moment, and now cutting to lap 25, we can see that the sun is coming down now. The track itself is actually getting quite dark, so if the lights don't come out on anytime soon, then it might be a bit of a lighting issue. But lap 27, looks like we've got Hulkenberg, who's just made his pit stop. He's going to be very quick at this phase of the race. He's got himself up into the lead of the Grand Prix through just good tyre wear pretty much. So Hulkenberg has been the driver of the day so far in my opinion. But we're losing the back end like crazy. We're coming to the end of our stint here, and Ricciardo going around the outside. Now coming into turn 4, we're going to try and hold it up the inside. Defensive driving here, almost passing Hulkenberg in trying to defend from Ricciardo. He braked a little bit early there. But it's only going to be a matter of time before Hulkenberg just pulls away and gets out of that 1 second window. And then he'll be absolutely gone. So I've got to try and stay with Hulkenberg as long as I can. Try and make use of that slipstream and the DRS just to leapfrog him away from the rest of the pack. But here, lap 29, coming in for a pit stop here. And the lights still haven't come on here in Bahrain. Might be a bit of an issue with the owners not paying their electricity bill. But the pit stop is 3.9 seconds, having to hold there for Sergio Perez, who is coming in for his stop here. So rejoining on the track, where are we going to end up? It looks like 5th place now. So in terms of strategy here, I have absolutely no idea where I stand in this race. AI have been jumping into the pits. I've been jumping into the pits. People running split strategies all over the place. Now lap 39. It looks like we're effectively 3rd as we come in for our stop. This will be our second last stop of the race. Putting on options now as I've run out of primes to use throughout this race. So I'll do about 8 or 9 laps on this set of tyres now, and then I'll chuck on another set of option tyres to take to the very end. So after this stint, it's going to be an absolute sprint to the finish, and looks like the AI will be on older tyres for the back end of the race. So it's going to be an exciting finish, I believe, to this Grand Prix. Trying to go up the inside of Perez there. Nothing really came of it there. So still in 7th place at the moment. Looks like we've got a couple cars in the pit lane as well as we go past Perez with the help of DRS. And I think we're now into P3 now. So effectively back into where we started. And now at 45, I'm just showing off just the effects of the LEDs there. Is it LEDs? Yeah, I believe they're LED lights in the 9 here. We can see some of the reflections as well in cockpit cam. We've got the effective lead of the race now. So I'm just trying to push as much as I can, because Rosberg and Hulkenberg are going to assume this race lead as soon as I make my pit stop. So here we are, final pit stop. Tyres are going off the cliff a little bit in the last lap or so. So it's time to come in, put on a new set of fresh tyres, and then the AI will be trying to stretch their primes for the rest of the race. So from here on in, we're going to have the fastest car in the field. The AI will be struggling to get to the end of this race on their dead primes. It's going to be a matter of how many cars can we pass in the early parts of this stint. Rejoining on the track now, we're going to see how many cars we need to pass, and it looks like it's going to be 5. So we need to get past Magnussen, Ricciardo, Alonso, Button, and Hulkenberg to win this Grand Prix. It's going to be a mighty task, but I'm definitely up for it. So here we go, lap 49, lapping Daniel Kvyat, and now we've got Kevin Magnussen to pass on this back straight. Can we maybe think about a dive bomb coming into the final corner? Looks like we are just about going to make it stick. Yes, we do, into P5 now. Daniel Ricciardo is just there, about 2 seconds up the road, so it's only going to be a matter of time before we pass him now. Coming into the triple left-handed dive bomb up the inside and into P4. Next up is Fernando Alonso, as we can see on the replay, just diving in there. And as you can see, the brake rotors are absolutely glowing. There's nothing left on those brakes here. It's very tough on brakes at this circuit, but here we are, lap 51, catching up to the back of Fernando Alonso. This is for a podium here in the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it should be a fairly easy overtake here as our tyres are much fresher than his. With the help of DRS, it's an easy pass really. So next up is Nico Hulkenberg here on lap 55. It looks like he's actually gone wide on the exit of this corner, and that's a free overtake into P2. And now Jenson Button in his McLaren is leading this race. Whatever happens here, it's going to be a pretty substantial race win here, either for us coming from the back of the field on a pretty aggressive strategy, or Jenson Button is going to win for McLaren in the first time in about 2 years. So this is going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be an absolute nail-biter to the finish. Our fuel is -1 as we saw in the previous lap, and now it's back up to standard, optimal. So we might just about make it for fuel, so we need to stay in standard. We can't, unfortunately, push for rich revs for the rest of this race. But now looking at the gap, it's down to 2 seconds, so Jenson is struggling at this phase of the Grand Prix. His tyres are so old, and we've been catching him by over a second a lap. It's probably going to be even worse than this on the final lap. So if we can get within 1 second of Jenson here, use the DRS, maybe we could pass him on the back straight coming up to the line. We're going to have to wait and see, but we've run wide on the exit of the triple left-hander. That's a bit frustrating, as that's allowed Jenson to have a little bit more time in comparison to us. But there's some lap cards coming up in a couple corners time. They might hold up Jenson as well. So this is going to be so close. I have absolutely no idea who's going to win this Grand Prix. We need to get just that little bit closer to Jenson. The gap, 1.5 seconds. It's getting closer and closer, but we're running out of time in this Grand Prix. We've now gapped Hulkenberg by 5 seconds in the last couple of laps. That's just crazy. So much faster than the AI on their dead tyres. But coming out of the final corner, it looks like Jenson Button has mugged us here. He's going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're going to come home in second in what was a fantastic race. So there we go, the Bahrain Grand Prix has been done and won by Jenson Button, getting the first win for McLaren in almost 2 years. What a fantastic drive from him. Nico Hulkenberg comes home to get a podium as well. Fantastic drive from him. Unfortunately, just didn't have the pace in the end to challenge for the race win. Alonso 4th, Rosberg in 5th. Mercedes struggling still at the early phase of this championship. It's scrolling down to the bottom of the page. Lots of cars a lap down. We've got Daniel Ricciardo, who retired late on in the Grand Prix. Hamilton and Kobayashi not finishing either. So, let me know what you thought of that Grand Prix, lads. Do you like the changes we made? Championship-wise, we lead by 20 points now. So we've been very consistent so far in this season. Something that's been lacking so far in the whole of this career mode. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you have any more suggestions as to what mods I should use for this championship, then let me know. I'm open to ideas. But Constructors, Lotus now leads this championship, despite Grosjean being pretty terrible, just like the rest of was last season. But that's been Career Mode episode number 3 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Until the next race in China, I'll see you guys next time. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand
into the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you?